Well, this video is going to be about a couple of different things. Number one, I was involved in a very, very cool storm where I was parked just in the right place to be in the calm part of the storm, and I got some really good footage of constant lightning for, it was maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours of just constant lightning. That'll be the first storm that we go through. The second one, a tornado came through here. As you can see, Tennessee got hit by tornadoes brutally, and what happened was the two that came through here didn't touch ground. They were in the air, but I was videotaping during it, and it was the first time I ever put my cat in a cat carrier and was ready to leave the boat, and then it was all over with by the time I got the cat in there. So this will be an interesting video. The other thing is I want to show you the difference between a bunch of rain hitting my pontoon boat and a bunch of rain hitting my sailboat, and what can go wrong with a sailboat when it gets in torrential rain like that, because the water got in my sailboat and I had to pump out more than 55 gallons of water. So we'll look at that. Really heavy bits of hail are hitting the boat. You're alright, buddy. You're good. You're okay. I love you. I want to see if maybe I can open the door. Yeah, there's like, look, there's already an inch of water just on the boat. Everything's filled up. Oh, look, it's coming in the door. Look at that. And you can't see more than 10 feet out there. I'm going to jump over to the other camera. The storm has just paused above us, just rumbling. We are going upriver. There's a storm coming and we are avoiding it. This kid just caught a fish and his dad's happier than the kid. It's awesome. You know, there's one thing that happens to me a lot here. You know, I'll be sitting on the front deck of my houseboat, or I'll be sitting up on an island like this and looking out over the river. And it doesn't matter if it's a couple of old guys or just a fisherman all by themselves or whatever. I see a lot of people catch fish. Like, I witness it. One of the things that I learned early on in life was if you just you can get an amazing amount of pleasure from finding reward and satisfaction in another person's win or another person's good fortune, right? And when I see people catch a fish and they're excited about it, I probably get just as happy as they are. It's really cool to watch. It makes me excited. I've taken pictures of this tree for years, and sometimes it has a huge osprey nest in it, sometimes it doesn't. Right now, the ospreys have come back. They have migrated back up here to breed, and it is sitting in the tree, probably contemplating whether it should rebuild the nest for the third time that I've known. It's a beautiful tree, but the nest may not be there now, but if you come back in a few days, it will be. Alright, so River and I are on a mission right now. We are leaving the houseboat behind. This is the windiest day that we've had on record since I've had the boat down here. So the wind speed right now is 25 miles an hour. Get in the boat. Come on, man. What's wrong with you? And that's like just the base wind. Get in. So we left the area where we were in that last storm. So a friend of mine called me the other day, Jimmy Lindsay, the catfish guy, and he told me, he was telling me, he was warning me about the weather for today and tonight and tomorrow. And he's like, you gotta go south, you can't go north, you have to go south. You go north past the Duck River, you'll be in a tornado alley right there, and that's where all of them run through really rough. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I listen every time Jimmy tells me to do something, I go do it. So I moved the boat. I forgot my camera on the shore there. So we're going to get it. It's windy. There's an osprey on the nest, and it's 25-mile-an-hour wind, and it's still up there. And it's got to be gusting up there. It's taking off. Oh, River, don't bark, please. I'm scared of him. If he catches a fish right there. Oh, I went out of. Oh, it's a stick. He just went and got a stick. I went out of gear for a split second, and man, did it just. Look, he's coming around for a landing. He's got to head into the wind in order to make a soft landing. All birds have to. Otherwise, he'd be coming in hot. Here he goes. Here he goes. Oh, like a helicopter. Look at you. Like you've been flying your whole life, dude. Alright, so I took my boat out of gear. Watch this. This is my boat out of gear, and I'm moving like 5 miles an hour right now. Look what happens right away. Woo! It is windy. It is windy. Alright, let's go in here. Gotta get that camera. Basically, we left our camera. That's why we're here. Otherwise, I would have stayed in my little area. Hi, buddy. There is a cottonmouth right in this little tree. This is where a lot of people, they'll come too close and a snake will drop off on them. If I didn't have River, I'd get closer. Classic rock. No, there is a problem with you being here. You are a pretty good-looking cottonmouth. I'm proud of you. But if you don't get off the road, someone's going to drive right the hell over you. Without question. People will drive right over you. So I'm going to do you a favor, and I'm going to get you out of here. Okay? Around here, if he doesn't get off the road, people are going to drive over him. They don't like cottonmouths. There's no question. They don't like them. That's all there is to it. That's what a cottonmouth looks like. Water moccasin cottonmouth. Right there. So I left my trail camera here after the last storm that came through. River, come here. River, stay here, bud. And I was just pulling up, and I'm like, there's no way that it would be here still. It would float away because the beach is all gone, but look at it. It's right there. I don't know if it'll work still, but... River, stay. Stay, River. Stay, stay, stay. Oh. We'll dry it out and see what happens. Well, the batteries ran down, so once I charged it and got the footage from it, it had a good evening while we had left it. River got into a fight with this coyote probably 3 weeks ago. And that's why I don't let River out on that. It is just so windy right now. It's so much wind. I mean, we're going at like, 15 miles an hour into it, and it's a 25-mile-an-hour wind. So you're basically getting hit in the face. It's like sticking your head out of the car at 40 miles an hour. All right, this is the first time all day that the boat actually got hit by wind. It seems to be coming from the aft. It's like it's wrapping around that corner and hitting it. Yeah, I feel it now. It's coming from over here. So this is the one thing that bothers me about weird storms like this is the why are we getting a 15 or 20 mile an hour wind coming straight out of almost northwest? Actually, like, what is that? North by northwest, so closer to north than west. And the main blow is supposed to be coming from the south. I mean, that's the kind of thing where you're like, oh, that's not good. But I'm tied up really. I mean, it's not going to affect the boat. It's just, people are right. It's probably a really, it's blowing. I want to get out of the window so I can get a better shot of this. This is a beautiful water snake right here. It's almost red, but I don't want to startle it because I know it'll go right underwater. So the cute water snake is back and he caught a fish. And he's eating the fish. It's like a minnow. It looks like a minnow. Or maybe it's a leech. No, it's a minnow and he's eating it. Let me see if I can get closer. I mean, I don't know. It kind of looks like it's a leech that's attached to the snake, and then it also looks like he might be eating it. Who knows? River, I gotta tell you, dude. I can't get over this. It's like I live in a zoo, but I'm the one in the cage. Here's a baby one. I mean, it's not even bigger than a shoelace. But it's my fourth snake that I've seen today. I've seen 2 cottonmouths and 2 water snakes. It's just springtime, so they are all hungry and they're breeding and mating and they're just out. This guy's got a really good coat. The water dropped another 6 or 8 inches, so this pontoon all the way back is sitting on dry ground, and then this one's almost probably 4 inches up in the water, and that one's about 2 feet, I would say. Hitting the shoreline really, really hard. And now that I'm standing up on the hill, I can kind of hear it. It's just a lot of wind all around us. Really, really, really strong wind. That's all there is to it. But we, luckily right now, it's not hitting the boat yet at all. The boat's not, look at it, it's not even moving. You can kind of see slack lines right there. The 3 lines going out of the back. And like I said, that whole pontoon that's near us is on land almost. I'll show you. It's on solid ground, even though there's a little bit of water that goes past it. It's definitely sitting on the beach. The whole thing. So that helps with just keeping you here. You know, if we get hit from behind with wind, it won't move us at all. So basically, because you can't feel the wind inside, the boat's just sitting on the shoreline, you know. If you look at this or a flag outside your boat, you can kind of see what's going on, but that's what I'm doing. I'm just sitting in bed, I'm looking at this and watching the lightning and looking for anything crazy for that to happen. Yeah, it's starting to lighten. I was sitting on the back porch. The wind's coming from this way, so it's keeping me a little bit wet, but not too bad. This is a whole nother lightning show, like the next day. It's like the 4th of July where you go on the 3rd to a fireworks show and then the next day on the 4th. This is crazy. Whoa! Shit, see? I gotta hold on to these doors. I gotta not do that. You're alright, buddy. That could have been really bad. I don't even have like plywood to replace it for tonight if that just broke off. I need to really pay attention to what I'm doing there. Yeah, it was a dumb thing to do, man. Whatever. I'll drop it. You're alright, buddy. I'm sorry, buddy. It's scary. I know. You wanna hide? I didn't have service at the time, but this was a text that Luke sent me. Tornado warning for Benton County, ETA 10:05 to 10:15, tracking near I-40 bridge area. Approaching Atkins Trackable, still tracking over bridge, approximately 10 minutes, and Cuba landing also on the track. No reports yet if on ground. Radar ID only from Nashville. Ooh. There's so much wind right now. It is overwhelming right now. Holy cow. Do you see how there is 50 to 60 mile an hour wind 300 feet from me? And the garbage bags on that hook aren't even moving. If my boat was 500 feet in either direction, it would have been destroyed. No question. It would have tipped over. That's 60, 65 mile an hour wind. If it came from the side of my boat, I don't think it would hold it. I've towed it at 55 miles an hour, but not sideways. You know what I mean? So, we got, oh man, it's coming in the back. We got a tornado warning, a tornado sighted in our area. We just got the warning on the phone. I got river in my hand. Yeah, we're gonna see what we're gonna do here. We might be going out in the woods. I'm almost afraid to say it, but the wind has died down a little bit. The wind has died down a little bit, and the rain has picked up drastically. Like it's dropping a lot of water on us right now. It's 1:30 and it all started all over again. I'm sorry, buddy. No licking daddy, no licking me, no licking. You alright, little girl? I love you. I really, really like when the cedar is wet on the boat and it takes that darker hue, so it separates itself from the gray of the ply. It looks like a great accent. I almost wonder if I should stain it, but it's cedar. That's the whole reason I have cedar, so I don't have to do that. But I like it. I mean, they would give me a call if anything bad happened, but I always come and check on it after a storm just to make sure nothing crazy happened or a rope didn't give way or anything. River, stay down. He thinks he's going to get in the sailboat every time we come over here. Hey! So this is my sailboat. The drain's clogged up with pollen and, you know, hair and stuff. And then the rain filled up enough to go into the cabin. And now look at my boat. And that's how you lose a boat to rain. Right there. That's what's supposed to happen with the rainwater. Alright, so first thing I'd say is I cannot tell you how much water this is. It's so many gallons of water. This has been running for, 25 minutes right now. And I filled up this entire garbage can in not even 30 seconds. So yeah, it's a lot of water that's in this boat from that one storm. Alright, so we got all the water pumped out. Oh, I put this in wrong. I'm going to have to get a screwdriver to pull it up. But the water's out. There's a little bit of water on here, which bugs me that there might be some kind of leak. But then I was thinking the splashing from the water coming over in here from the rain could have gotten that wet. And I can see why that would happen. Everything else looks dry and, the way I left it, basically. When I moved on a boat, I learned the first year, more boats sink from rainwater and not being looked at or attended in between storms than boats that sink from lake water. More boats have leaks from the roof or can't get rid of the water that builds up in them for a couple of reasons. One, there's supposed to be pumps that automatically would have stopped the water from building up in there. The connections go bad every couple of years, or the float that's supposed to move up and down to turn it on or off gets stuck in the on position and drains the battery, or gets stuck in the off position and won't lift with its own flotation. So there's a couple of ways that whole thing goes bad where the pumps just don't work to get the water out, and then the water gets to be so bad that the it can't support itself properly, and the wind gets it one way or another, and then it sinks. This was no danger at all. This was, you know, having that much water in the bottom of this boat doesn't even affect the boat if it was sailing. It just happened, you know what I mean? But it was clearly, I don't know, a 5-gallon bucket. I filled it at least 10 times, and then I just ran the pump all the way out for like a half an hour too. So it's a lot of gallons, I mean, when you look at that. But it's just a big friggin' boat. So all right, I'm gonna clean out the scrubber so this doesn't happen in the next storm, and then we're gonna head back to the houseboat. But the main thing is you gotta check on your boat. That's all there is to it. So I know for sure if like the lines broke or if this boat broke away from the dock, there's the people who work here live here, so they would tell me. Look at the color of the water after a bunch of tornadoes come through the area, and like floods wash away a bunch of material into the river. Flash flooding, you know, it just turns it just mud. It looks like my coffee after I add my amazing creamer that I'm in love with. That's what it looks like. It looks like a big lake and river of coffee with creamer. Lots of creamer. Get in the boat. Good little boy. So they started building their nest, and then the tornado came through here, and there is no nest again. You know, I wonder if maybe they need to just figure out a better place to put their nest at this point. Oh, poor guys. You know what though? If I was a bird and I got to pick a tree to live in, I would pick this tree. It's my favorite tree, so I understand where they're coming from. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think there's any structure that's going to withstand, you know, 40, 50 mile an hour wind that an animal's going to make, but who knows? We'll see. Beautiful birds. So the track of storms came from the south and worked its way north. This is what happened just below us in the south, and essentially the tornadoes lifted up in the air and went about, my guess is about 45 miles, and then started to touch back down in Kentucky and Paducah, and essentially they were just in the air when they went over me. Now we're turning back to the houseboat from just draining out the sailboat, and I want to point out something to you guys. I keep telling you, it's impossible to sink a pontoon boat. Think about what happens when the rain hits this pontoon boat. There's no place for it to build up. So you can leave a pontoon boat on a dock for 30 years and rainwater won't ever fill it. You know? So that the danger that just happened with the sailboat could never happen with a flat boat like this. Right? But a barge, a houseboat, a sailboat, any other boat, that same problem could happen except for a pontoon boat. I know. And then you don't ever have to take the pontoon boat out to clean the hull. You just walk along it and clean it. I went to go pick up sponsor for another video, and I got a care package. Now, Amanda and Kenny are amazing. This is my second care package in as many months, and I have to tell you, it's like Christmas. I love getting these things. There's stuff in here for all of us. I'm not going to tell River. No, there's stuff in here for you too. You want a treat? Yeah? The package came addressed River, Cricket, and Martin, right on the actual address. Why are you barking at me? So it's a beautiful day, but it's going to thunderstorm again in like a couple hours. So, kind of, you know, it's just spring right now. It's spring. There's lightning and thunder out there. He's getting you. He knows it's springtime and he just doesn't care anymore. You good boy? How do I even sum this up to make you guys feel like I'm not crazy being out here? Well, number one, this boat is important to me, but it's a box that holds all my stuff. I had Cricket in a carrier, I had River on a leash, and all I had to do was step off this boat onto the island, and if something happened to the boat, it would just be, it would suck to watch, it would suck to rebuild it, but I promise you the pontoons probably wouldn't have gotten wrecked. I could have dragged it back 2 days later and put the shed back on it with 12 pieces of plywood, 52 by 4s. It's just a box to hold my stuff, you guys. And I'm just done being tied to something that's being tied to a home like that. I'm not doing that anymore. I want my interest to be where I'm at in nature, where I'm at in outside. You know, when I'm not asleep, when I'm not hiding from like horrible weather or something, I want to be outside. And I think a lot of people don't understand that's the trade-off that people do with a tiny house is they just I want to be outside most of the time.